All right, I think we're live now. We might be having franchise Fanatic in here to talk about Supergirl, but he's not really responding right now. So, yeah, before we get to that, I'm just gonna I have a pretty bad update about the channel. So, yeah, the last two streams I did, they're just completely gone. So, yeah, they're just completely gone. I can't archive them. They're gone forever. They won't be uploaded to Rumble or anything. There's nothing I can do to fix it. So basically what happened was I thought that when it came to like kick VODs that I thought like hold on. Basically I thought like the kick VODs they'd last for 30 days, but they only lasted for 7 days. That's what happened. It won't happen again. So yeah, we got Echo Killshot in here now, so we can talk about Supergirl. I didn't want that update to drag on for too long because it's not fun. You hear me? I think your mic might be muted.
Hello, hello.
What's up?
What's up? What's up? Yeah, I hope he joins.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about Supergirl, but I didn't start live streaming yet, so this will be like a good opportunity to give my thoughts on Supergirl.
Yeah, thoughts on Supergirl and gonna be nice, respectful conversation.
Yep.
And yeah, it's gonna be fun. Um, it's also gonna be cool too because Hall H is starting for Marvel at Comic Con in like an hour, so maybe we'll be able to talk about some news getting announced.
Yep. Let me change the stream title.
There he is.
There he is. Let's
The
go.
goat. The goat.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
We're live.
We're live. You're on
Welcome.
live right now.
It's an honor.
Incredible. Thank you.
It's an honor to have you on the stream.
Well, thank you.
Yes, sir.
I did not know this was even happening, but I'm glad to be a part of it.
Bro. Awesome.
Supergirl review featuring franchise Fanatic and potential Avengers Doomsday. Okay, I'll just put potential Doomsday news because the title is too long.
No.
Potential
Yeah,
Doomsday
yeah.
news.
Nice.
Oh, what do we, well, excluding me, what do we think about the film of Supergirl?
Yeah, I mean,
Well, I'm
you
a
can go
guest,
first.
so I'll let Deathstroke go because I'm the guest. I've been talking for 3 hours straight already.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, Supergirl. So when it was first announced, like, I thought it was like kind of a strange idea for like the second DCU movie to like have it be Supergirl, like not Batman or Wonder Woman, just Supergirl. I just thought it was like kind of a weird idea. And then like I saw like the post credits for Superman, I kind of thought like, yeah, I mean it'll probably be like a 7 out of 10. Like I don't really see how like Supergirl could be all that great of a movie. Like it feels like it's gonna be
Mhm.
like a pretty big drop off from Superman. But I was just expecting it to be fine. The trailers, they kind of made me like a bit more suspicious. They looked like aggressively average. But I still wanted to give the movie a chance. I still wanted to see it and like form my own opinion. So I saw it opening night, and I'll be honest, I thought it was pretty bad. I didn't think it was like the worst movie ever made, like some people say, but it's definitely like a 3 or a 4. Like I was not crazy about it by any means.
Awesome.
Interesting.
All right, franchise. Now, what did you think about the Supergirl trailer when it first came out, first got announced?
Yeah, I mean, well, I don't know a whole lot about Supergirl as a character. I was never really that into her, and I think, coming from a guy that loved Superman, I think, Millie was giving kind of an interesting take in that post. And I don't think she was in the post credits, but at the end of the movie, I think she did a weird job of being like, oh, this isn't the Supergirl I know just from like Lego games or whatever. Like this could be something. And then it is weird to have Supergirl be the second film. It is really strange. I mean, it's also weird to start your DCU with an R-rated animated show too. So like a lot of the decisions for this universe are just weird to begin with, but the trailers look good, except that I couldn't hear what they were saying half the time. I don't think it was an earwax thing. I just couldn't, like, for the life of me, like, whenever Ruthie would talk or Lobo or someone, I would just, or even Kara, I'd be like, what the fudge are they saying? It was just really, really, like, the sound mixing was off.
Yeah, like a Christopher Nolan movie, kind of, because he tends to do that too, wherever the music's just so loud, or they're talking so quietly.
Yeah, or like Across the Spider-Verse.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, that too.
But yeah, I mean, I thought the trailers looked interesting. I didn't really know anything about the lore. I didn't know anything about Krem or really much about the Supergirl mythos. So I was like, I really love Superman, and I'm like, all right, maybe it'll be fine. And I didn't see it opening day. I wanted to, but something came up. But it was, I walked into it. I think I never made a real review, but I probably gave it like an 8. I mean, I thought it was, I didn't have a whole lot of issues with it. I thought it, it's definitely not as memorable as other superhero movies, but it's better than a few of the other, like, especially a bunch of like the Sony movies we've been getting. I think it's nowhere near as good as Superman.
Yeah.
Superman's a better movie, but like I walked out of Supergirl going, "Oh yeah, that was good," and my mom liked it, and my buddies liked it, and and then of course all the shit at the fan, and everyone said it was the worst thing ever. And I was like, "Oh."
Yeah, I mean, I actually did love Superman, and I didn't think Supergirl was like the worst movie ever, but like I walked out of it thinking like it was just really mid, and then like over time, the more I thought about it, I just started to dislike it.
Yeah. Yeah, I can definitely understand how you could say it's mid.
Yeah. Like me having not seen the movie, which I am gonna see, I think one of the big things is, I don't know, what was the last female-led superhero movie? The Marvels?
That or Wonder Woman 84.
I don't want to wait for. I think just coming off of those, I don't think people's expectations were that high anyways, because I don't know if we've ever gotten like a really fantastic superhero movie, or a female-led superhero movie. I meant.
I don't think we have.
So, maybe Supergirl hit the mark for some people, but I think for most, I think people just kind of thought of it as like just another, thing.
Yeah, I mean, like Echo and I were talking about this earlier. Like the marketing for the movie was abysmal.
Yeah.
And no one wanted to see it because they marketed it really oddly. And like even like diehard like my one buddy is a diehard DC fan, like even more than me. Like he reads every single comic, and he loves Supergirl. He knows all about her, and he was like, yeah, like the movie looks good. He didn't get to see it in theaters, but like he wanted to see it, but he was like, oh, it's really bad, I hear. And I mean, he claims he's gonna watch it, but he was like, he read the Woman of Tomorrow comic that the movie's inspired by, and like he loves the comic, he loves the character. So I think he's waiting for it to hit streaming. But yeah, just like a lot of the general populace, they don't know who this character is, and they don't care.
I mean, I kind of knew that like Supergirl is sometimes like a bit of an anti-hero, because like the Lego Dimensions incarnation where she has like a Red Lantern ring.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I guess we'll get into that first, like the characters. What did you think of the characters in the movie?
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed, I guess we'll start with Supergirl. I enjoyed her. I think she had an interesting arc. Again, I don't know much about her in the comics, so I don't know if like it's completely different to her comic and she's really poorly written or whatever, but I think like in the context of the film, I think she was well written, and I think she had an interesting arc. There's something that she does in the end which I find very polarizing.
Very jarring.
Yeah, I actually enjoyed it, but I think a lot of people would probably not like it, but Yeah, I think she's cool. I think that Lobo is interesting. I mean, you can't really F up Lobo. I mean, he says Bastich and he goes crazy. I mean, I think Jason Momoa did a good job, portraying that character. Ruthie, she's probably the weakest element of the movie. She's a little flat. I don't know if
Yeah.
it's because she's a younger actor or I don't know how
I
old
think that
that.
is her
Yeah, I
first
don't know how
movie.
old she is in real life, but I mean, she definitely had like a wooden plank kind of acting
Yeah.
thing. She wasn't horrible, but there's a lot of moments where she just kind of like stands there staring off into space when I think she should have been emoting more. But her reason for joining Kara obviously is good because that's the whole crux of the movie. Like that's the point. But I think that her acting is a little wonky, but her writing is fine. Like her wanting to join her and her wanting to go on this revenge quest. It's a powerful idea, but I think her acting execution could have been a little better. But and then Krem, I know Krem isn't ever. I remember before the movie came out, everyone was just complaining about Krem. Oh my god, he's the worst villain ever. He just stands there and he just moves his head, and I'm like, oh, it's gonna be weird. And yeah, I mean, Krem is not exceptionally well written, right? I mean, I don't think that was ever the point, but I think what they succeeded at with Krem or Cream or whatever as they call him, is that he's just an evil pirate guy. Like he kills a kid, like and he shoots a dog. Like he's just a bad effing person. And
Bad person.
when he gets his comeuppance, you really feel like good. Take that, bad guy. You know what I mean? So I think like he's a good villain to not like.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to my thoughts on the characters, like Supergirl, I kind of I just did not really connect with Supergirl in the movie. Like I just found her just kind of like unlikable and not that interesting. I mean, like getting into like the first 30 minutes of the movie, it's just like her being drunk for 30 minutes, and I just thought it was painfully unfunny, and it was just like complete nonsense. There's like an entire scene where she's like peeing on the toilet, like for like the first 30 minutes of the movie, she's just like a drunk.
Yeah,
And then like when it comes to like the actual like hero stuff she does, like she fucking sucks. Like she's terrible
yeah,
at fighting. Like when it comes to, like the main villain, like my least favorite scene in the movie by far was like when Supergirl was like looking at Ruthie about to stab Krem, and like instead of just grabbing Krem and like taking him into space and like snapping his neck, instead she grabs Krem. No, fuck. Instead she grabs Ruthie, and then Krem gets away and like kills 3 people because of Supergirl's decision. Like she just makes so many dumb decisions, and like in fights she's terrible. Like Kryptonians, they're supposed to be able to dodge like massively faster than light, but she can't even dodge like an arrow. Like she sucks. And when it came to her arc, I mean, I understand like a little bit of what they were trying to go for. Like obviously she didn't want Ruthie to kill anybody because that would corrupt her. And Supergirl, like she's kind of like already broken. Like she's already like a broken human being, so she wanted to save Ruthie from going down that path too. But I mean,
hmm
like if Supergirl has no problem killing Krem, like I feel like she could have just done that at any point. Like she could just like taken him into space and just like snapped his neck or like threw him into a star. Like I feel like there's like a lot of plot-induced stupidity when it comes to that. Like they should have they should have just had Supergirl not kill Krem if that's what they were going for. Like it just felt kind of jarring.
yeah. I mean, would you have like maybe her what like Krem get arrested?
Yeah.
Okay, no, that's fair.
But I think so. I haven't seen the movie. It's just okay. If Supergirl is gonna make all these mistakes, right, and she doesn't really know how to use her powers properly, does the overall arc, for both of y'all, would y'all say the arc in her end, does it feel rewarding when she does eventually do that, or if she does eventually do that, she does make a good decision?
No,
So,
not really, because even like when she kills him, like she didn't even like interrogate him about like the antidote or anything. Like she just like kind of kills him without thinking, and then like as a plot convenience, the antidote just like so happens to be around Krem's neck. Like if it wasn't around his neck and it was like hidden somewhere, like that would have like screwed up the entire plot. So that just felt kind of like overly convenient, and like it didn't really feel
yeah,
like rewarding to me.
got you. What about you, franchise?
I think you guys know I have some really bad opinions, so I'm gonna say it did feel rewarding. Not like this is the best character choice in all of cinema, but I mean, to me, it felt good when Krem died because I wanted him to die.
Sure.
Um, and I like that arc where she starts drunk and she's like deliberately going to these planets to lose her powers so that she can get drunk because she just doesn't feel anything anymore. She's like dead inside.
Yeah, I know like
So I think
the Red Star like takes away her powers, right?
yeah. Yeah, so really, I mean, she's really only quote unquote Supergirl in the final fight scene act of the film.
Yeah.
Um, but I don't know. I
Interesting.
felt like it was an interesting arc because she I don't know. I guess I'm a sucker for arcs that are like broken people, and then in the end they learn their lesson and they become heroes. Which is why you guys know I love Luke in the Last Jedi. I love Indiana Jones and Dial of Destiny. There's so many like I love when characters are allowed to feel human and feel like negative emotions, and then by the time the end of the film goes around, they understand where they went wrong, and then they're able to mend that, and they become the hero that they either should have been or that the public thinks they are in the first place. And I think it was cool for me that like Supergirl, I liked that she didn't be like, Ruthie, don't kill him, and then she's like, I also will not kill because I learned my like I think that would have been cheesy for me. I think it's because the whole moral of like be good thing, I know that's a meme, but like I found it interesting because yeah, like Supergirl, she's not this happy-go-lucky, oh my god, you know, the whole world's so pretty and so beautiful and I'm a girl and I'm dancing and singing. Like she's, even if she has a character arc, she's still like, you know, you're not going to become completely unjaded after an hour and 50 long minute movie. So
Right.
I like that she does kill Krem because it shows that yeah, like she doesn't want this little girl, or not little girl, but, you know, teen young adult to be corrupted, whereas she's already corrupted and she doesn't mind killing him. So she understands that like yeah, to be good, you don't have to be friendly or super heroic all the time, but you still like when it mattered most, she still did the right thing and she still wanted the best for someone. Because you know, she starts at the beginning of the movie, she starts out, I don't want anything to do with you. You're just some annoying kid. Get away from me, right? Let me just pee in my pants or whatever. And then
Yeah.
at the end of the movie,
Yeah. Racist idiot.
right, she understands that she can fight for more than herself, and there's actually a reason to continue living, not just crypto, but to protect life and you know, as Superman said, you know, be good. And she finally wears the costume. She's finally understanding what that symbol means.
Yeah. That's really cool and all, but hypothetically, y'all, if this is purely hypothetical, if y'all's friend got a hamster pregnant, what would y'all do? What would you do? What should you do if you got a hamster pregnant?
I think it'd be great.
Yeah,
Would
just
be
the green hamster.
interesting situation.
Yeah, no, I'd love
Purely hypothetical, of course.
right.
Surely. So wait,
I'd be down.
okay, franchise. Does she start out killing people? Like, does she not care about killing people? Because I don't understand, right? It's like I feel like that's what's got to make her different from Superman, right? So like, what is her internal struggle? What is her like, or does she just kill people? Like what's the arc more about? Her caring about other people or her killing people?
Well, I mean, Superman does kill people, but in the Superman movie, the new one, he kind of makes a point not to kill. Like that whole, you know, epic fight scene in the end where he's like lasering like 50 people. There's a shot where you see them hit the ground and like they're still moving. So,
Right.
Superman has a more holistic, joyful view of the world where he still understands that life is effed up in certain degrees, but he's more, you know, I don't like using happy-go-lucky, but he's more joyful, I guess. Supergirl is fine with killing bad guys, and she still kills bad guys in the end of the movie. So the arc isn't, oh, I'm not going to kill, because she literally kills the bad guy. So that's
Right.
kind of null and void. But I would say the arc is her overcoming her jaded past, coming to terms with her present, and then helping Ruthie with her future. So it's really her understanding her lineage and like coming to terms with, yeah, my planet got blown up, life is bad, life is wrecked, and it's sometimes really messy. and I'm allowed to feel that way, and I'm allowed to be that way, but I have to rise above that and understand that, I have to make the right decisions, and I have to basically, she matures as the movie goes on, right? Like, she's not as convinced. She doesn't end the movie drunk and peeing on herself. You know what I mean? She understands that she has to take these liberties and these steps in order to make her world, Ruthie's world, and her planet, right, give it a better name, and kind of. So yeah, she ends the movie. She's still jaded. That's not going to change. She still feels bad about the world, but she feels more or less content with herself at the end of the movie than she does in the beginning.
But so what do you think the movie is trying to tell the audience though? Like what is the bigger message? Or like Deathstroke, what do you think actually? Like what did you not see that in the movie or
I mean, I didn't really feel like Supergirl. I didn't really feel like she grew that much as a character. Like, sure, she like appreciated and cared about Ruthie more as like it went along, but like even at the start of the movie, like she still like kind of like defends her at the bar. Like, I didn't really feel like she grew that much as a character.
Supergirl
But
is nothing but a dumb, stupid Foid.
exactly.
He's just a dumb Nick Foid.
bro?
Yeah, that's accurate.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'm the target audience for it. All right, I don't know.
Well, there you have it. Supergirl in a nutshell. Perfect.
Is my mic on?
Yeah.
Oh, it's on.
It'd be a good movie. I don't know.
No, I actually didn't even see the movie. I just was not even interested in the concept of it at all. And from what I hear, Supergirl doesn't even act like Supergirl at all. She acts like some drunken bastard. Like, it doesn't sound like a good movie at all. I mean, I get it's the DC movie version of the character, so they could add some new stuff, but this doesn't even sound like the same character at all. This sounds like a completely different character.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I feel like more of the point was, like I said, like she didn't want Ruthie to go down the same path as her. Like Supergirl, like she's already like permanently like a broken person. Like she's already like kind of like a darker hero, and she doesn't want Ruthie
she
to turn out
accepts who
that
she
way.
is. Yeah, she accepts who she is, but she's also trying to not be who she is. It's kind of like, what are you trying to be? Like, I don't understand. You know?
I mean, it's like certain criminals, right? Like you see people in like those videos where it's like, oh, I was in a gang, and then he like talks to a younger kid who wants to be in a gang, and he's like, don't do it. Like, that's who Supergirl is. Like, she's a darker hero, but she's not stupid, right? Like she obviously knows that she's gonna be effed up forever, but she still doesn't want other people to feel like that forever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like I said, I know I'm the only person on Earth. I know I'm the only one in the world that liked it, but I mean, no, I mean, like I said, I'm at least you. So you gave it a 3 out of 10. I'd probably give it an 8. I mean,
I give it like close to like a 4, but I kind of felt like Supergirl was stupid in the movie, honestly.
Like too stupid to be like, okay, like you're not making that decision. Like it's just kind of like stupid decisions, and like I don't know how we relate that back to our arc. It's kind of.
And yeah, when it came to, I guess like for the other characters, like Lobo, I agree he was like the best part of the movie, but he also kind of like ties into like one of my other issues with the movie, which is like the power levels feel like totally like whacked out. Like Lobo, he's supposed to be able to contend with Superman. Like he's on that level of power, and he's like an immortal too. Like they literally say in the movie, like Lobo's an immortal, but for some reason he like gets locked in like a metal cage, and he's like he can't even break out of the cage, and he's like scared of like poison. But I thought he was immortal. Like it doesn't make any sense. Like, the power levels are just like all over the place.
And, like, maybe I'm misremembering, but I swear maybe I'm wrong, but I remember when Ruthie broke him out, I think there was some kind of line of like, you could have broken out here the whole time. And he was like, oh, I was waiting for you to do something. Or maybe I'm wrong, but I remember Lobo was like super jazzed and super happy when Ruthie broke him out. Maybe he was testing her. I don't know. I saw this movie like 2 months ago, but I think there might have been some throwaway line where he was deliberately seeing what she would do. But again, maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, and also like how like the stars works. I know like the red star takes away her powers, but it kind of felt like. So I guess she needs like a yellow star to get them back. Is that how it works?
Yeah, certain suns give and take energy.
Okay.
But again, I didn't read Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, the comic it's based on, so I don't know if like she's super jaded in that. I'm not sure, but
Yeah, I've heard this movie does not represent the comic very well, but I wouldn't know.
no, I mean I've seen some comic pages. It's a very colorful and vibrant book, and the movie like it's very very black and gray and dark and kind of moody, the atmosphere.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we're talking about
Now
Supergirl.
let's talk because I gotta leave soon. Let's talk about the scene that is on everyone's mind, the needle drop in the end. What are your thoughts on that?
I'll be honest, the movie was so forgettable that I forgot the needle drop even happened.
which movie?
Supergirl.
Which movie? I haven't seen it yet. Then.
Yeah, it's not very
funny.
good, but franchise fanatic, he likes it, so maybe you'd like it too. Who knows?
Well, okay, franchise. So, okay, how does that? Okay, so now that we've kind of talked about her arc and stuff, can you tell us like why that song, in retrospect, is or was a good choice as to like. Again, it's during an action sequence, so I mean, it has to feel epic. I feel like if it's during an action sequence. But I mean, just tell us, like.
So remind me, I've had a crazy day. I've been like berated for like 6 hours today. What is the song again? I never even heard it before the movie.
It's
I keep thinking every little thing's gonna be all right, but that's not the song.
like, it's like I don't
Jimmy
know how it
Eat the
goes.
World or whatever it's called.
Jimmy Eat World or some shit. Yeah.
I don't know, like somebody hum it. Like what's the like?
That's Bob
Just
Marley.
Take some time, blah, 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 blah,
Oh, yeah.
be all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jimmy
Okay.
Eat World. Yeah.
That was actually really good. I think so when the song started and I was in theaters, it was weird, right? Like, and I wouldn't even call that really an action scene. It's more her just like rescuing a few like slave women, and like there's an explosion. So it's not really it's not supposed to be some high octane crazy action scene, but to me it did feel weird in the beginning because I just wasn't expecting that. Like I've never even heard of that song before the movie. I didn't know it was actually sung by a dude. I didn't know it was a remix. I knew nothing. So I'm just like, what the hell am I listening to? But
Right.
once when I was driving home, I thought about it and I'm like, why did they pick that song? And I'm like, yeah, that it is weird, right? Because I just wasn't expecting it. And then as I thought about it, I said, well, they had to have picked it for a reason, right? Filmmaker, I know not every filmmaker's smart, but they're not all, mentally retarded, right? Like some
Right.
guy, James Gunn, someone had to go, oh, pick this song because X, right? And I think the main reason why is she's kind of at that arc where obviously the action scene is playing, or the scene, right, is playing at the end, and her rescuing these women and all that, it's kind of symbolic of her doing good, right? Like that's pretty much like her first real heroic act, and it comes at a point in the film where she's more comfortable with her past and she's more comfortable accepting the past. So the lyrics kind of, and again, I have to pull the song up. I don't know the lyrics by heart, but whoever was humming and singing that song, you literally, like the lyrics you said about like every little thing's gonna be all right or whatever the hell you were saying, the lyrics fit with her arc. That's what I'm trying to say. Like whoever was singing that a minute ago, that fits in with her theme of, yeah, you don't have to be a perfect person. You don't have to be, do the right thing all the time, but you have to, still be good, right? At the end of the day, when it matters, you have to do the right thing. And her helping these women out and just kind of standing up for what's right, even if she doesn't feel good
But
about
doesn't agree
herself
with it.
yet.
Like doesn't like care about it.
Well, no. I mean, she obviously, if she didn't care, she wouldn't help the women. So like, she cares about helping people, but at that point of the film, she's able to understand that while she still doesn't like the situation and kind of hates herself in a way, she's I don't want to say man enough, but she's woman enough, right? She's heroic enough to not wish it on others, right? She might want to die. She might want to just get drunk and not care about life, but she is at that stage where she doesn't want people to think of her as that anymore. She wants to stand for something better than just pooping and peeing on herself. You know what I mean? So I think her saving people in the end is her kind of coming to terms with all these things. So that's why I think the song worked, because it represents her thinking and her specific arc in that moment. But I know everyone hates it because it's a meme and it's weird and it doesn't belong. But in the context of the film, I think it did work upon thinking about it right after the film ended. Because, in the moment when you're watching...
Okay, if this wasn't DC, like if this was Sound of Freedom too, but with a woman, like, would you give it an 8? If this wasn't
I never
DC?
saw Sound of Freedom at all, so I don't know what that's about. But
well,
I don't know.
If you take DC out of it, right, and you take just the arc and everything, would you be interested and or care and watch it? Like, I say, what are you watching Supergirl for? Like, what should audiences watch it for?
I watched it because I enjoyed Superman, and I just care about that world that they were building, and I wanted to see more of it, and I thought the trailers looked interesting. But I probably wouldn't watch a movie. Like, if you told me, hey, you want to watch this movie about sex trafficking? I'd be like, no, but because that's weird.
It's DC coded, okay?
Because the thing is, like, in the marketing for the movie, they don't market that it's about sex trafficking.
No, that's
like, it's not even in the trailer. Like, I had no idea before I saw this movie. I had no idea it was about women getting kidnapped. Like, I didn't know that was a plot point. I just knew that she was trying to save her dog and she needed to find some cure. And I don't know if that's in the comic, but yeah, like, I probably wouldn't want to watch a movie about that.
Oh.
But also, that can't be a dig because they didn't market the movie to be even about that. So that's a null point.
Oh, jeez.
Right. I'm just trying to see, like, okay, so what is the best thing about Supergirl? Like what is the best quality?
I haven't seen it yet, so if y'all spoil it, I don't even care because it didn't look good to me, honestly.
Yeah, I guess I'll talk for a bit. Like, the main reason why I give the movie like a 3 or a 4 out of 10 is like, I don't even know like what the best part of the movie was. Like, none of it like really connected with me. Like, I didn't care about the characters. Like, the story was like okay, like at best. Like, the action, that's another problem with the movie. Like, I didn't think any of the action scenes were memorable at all. I thought it was very weak in terms of that stuff. Like, there's a lot of like dumb decisions made by the characters. Like, none of the arcs did anything for me. Like I can't even really name what like anything I liked about the movie beyond it like not being like the worst plot in like a movie ever.
What about you, franchise? Action sequences or choreography, score, like acting, like what sticks out the most above all the rest that like undeniably people can be like, okay, that's good?
No.
I would say nothing because like there's no like for what I can't speak to everyone. So like Deathstroke pretty much hates everything about it. I enjoyed the arc. I think that's a standout. I've never really seen a superhero movie where her whole planet gets destroyed and she feels terrible about everything and then she learns to outgrow that. I thought that was interesting. Obviously, I can't relate to it. Earth didn't blow up, not yet, but I thought that was interesting. I did like the action. I liked the Mad Max vibe to it at the end. It just like I liked the beginning, how it was more on her planet, and then it went to like the space bus fight, and then it went to like a different planet with the bar scene. I like the scene where she gets banished to like that green hue planet where she's kind of dying, and Ruthie kind of hypes her up. And then I like the end where it's in the desert.
What's it called? Kryptonite. Like what is that?
I believe it was there was some form of kryptonite in the movie. Yeah, I think that was it was a Kryptonian sun.
That? Like why she went to that planet, or do they like, or is it just
Well,
kind of
Krem
like,
put her there.
oh, how did he know her weakness was kryptonite?
I don't remember. I mean, I'm assuming he just. I mean, I
He
don't know.
just
I'd have to
knew.
rewatch it, but
Okay,
I think that the
not a very smart villain. I mean, a very smart villain actually, if he just knew.
yeah, there's I mean, there's got to be some way. I mean, I don't remember. I saw it 2 months ago, but the things that I do remember that like really stand out would have to be those things for sure. I mean, I mean the Lobo scene was cool with him on the motorbike and blowing stuff up. I think he did a his comments were cool and he had a good snarkiness about him. Supergirl with like the big wire that she's like wrecking and all that. Of course, saving the women and all that. Getting revenge, killing Krem was a highlight because it's like the guy that killed John Wick's dog. Like you just want him. Obviously, the guy that killed John Wick's dog
Right.
is a nothing villain too. But like it's one of those villains where like you want them to die and like obviously
Yeah.
I'm not like a killer. I don't like death and violence, but I think that like it felt justified and it was like, oh good, he got what he deserved.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean pretty much everything that Deathstroke doesn't like I liked, but I mean it's fine. It's opinions. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's well, I mean, the movies, has like an average score, right? It's got like a 5 point. The reason I bring scores into it, right, is because that's like the consensus. That's what everybody agrees the quality of the film is. So like, it's got like a 6.1, so people think it's a little bit above average. A franchise is giving it an 8, but what I don't know, franchise. What like, you think it's deserving of a 6.1? Just everybody that went into the movie, just I don't know, like what are the stakes big? Like what about that?
I mean, I obviously I don't agree with that, but I could see how people could give it a 6. I mean, at the end of the day, it's not the most memorable movie in the world, but I think it's far above average. I mean, I don't think it's like a masterclass of filmmaking and even a masterclass of DC, but I walked into it expecting the worst thing in the world, and
Right.
I came out going, yeah, like my mom agreed, all my buddies that saw it, they're like, yeah, like, it was good. Like we would buy it on Blu-ray, we'd watch it again. It was. I don't think it deserves a 6, but I understand why it got a 6, but I
Yeah.
don't agree with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of walked in just like expecting it to just be painfully average. And like when I got out of the theater, like I felt like it was just like painfully average, but as like the days went on, like I just started thinking more and more about the movie and like I just think it's a bad movie. Like I just I just thought there were so many issues with it that I just like went down, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I will say, I think both of y'all gave good points. I do. I think when I watch when I watch this movie, I'm gonna go in with a level head. Um, but yeah, I mean, I I don't know, franchise. If you say you're a sucker for those kind of character arcs, I can't really take that away from you. It's definitely not everybody's, mojo, which is why I probably got like a 6.
Yeah, I
But
mean, Supergirl killing Krem, like it kind of like ruined any chance of like that kind of character arc where like a broken person becomes like a really like virtuous hero. That's just me. Like it felt
yeah,
like it kind of contradicted like the whole point of the movie about revenge. Like it just like opens up like a lot of like plot-induced stupidity. Like you can feel free to disagree, but that's just how it made me feel.
I mean, who knows? Maybe she'll get her chance in Man of Tomorrow or something. I don't know.
Yeah, and
but see,
also
it's like,
one question, do you feel like her arc of like becoming a better person, do you feel like her not doing that like when her parents told her to kind of like dampened it a bit? How did that make you feel?
What do you mean when her parents told her to?
Like like her parents like told her be good, and then like for most
Oh.
of her time after that, she isn't really good. And even like at the end of the movie, like she still like kills him instead of like putting him in jail.
my
Right.
thing is this, right? If I'm Supergirl, right, or Superman or whatever, I don't ever really want to be a girl, but I mean, like, okay, let's just say this, right? If my parents, the last thing they told me before they die, right, is be good, I'm holding that to my heart, and I'm being good, and Supergirl's obviously not at the start of the movie. So I don't know, like, does she really care about her parents that much, or I mean, what was that whole
Exactly.
thing about? Like,
I'm trying to find the quote. Yeah, so the quote is, as far as being good, that doesn't mean that you can't be tough. It doesn't mean that you have to be nice. Just be good. So yeah, the idea is not you have to make the right decision all the time and be perfect. It's when the moment counts, do the right thing. So you can still be jaded, you can still be depressed, you can still be angry and messed up and kill people and do that, but or kill bad people. But when the moment comes to do the right thing, if you're presented with help someone or don't help someone, help someone. Doesn't mean you have to be happy about it. Doesn't mean you have to love it, but you still got to do it.
well,
And I
she's a
think
superpowered being. I feel like you have more responsibility to do the good thing like every time because, well, you have the abilities and such to do so. I feel like if she's just trying to be a half-ass superhero, that's not really a good thing.
Yeah,
If that makes
exactly.
sense.
I mean,
That's
we also only have an hour and 50 minutes of her. I mean, I would agree with you if we had 6 movies and she hasn't grown at all,
well,
but
that's not
I mean,
happening. That's
this is
not
right. This is an origin story in a way, you know what I mean? So I think it works perfectly fine because of the
Yeah.
time we have with her. Like Supergirl is never given opportunities to quote unquote be good until pretty much the end, where she has that arc and she has that realization of what it
And
means to be
the
good.
writer can write however they put Supergirl in whatever scenario. They're writing the movie. They can write whatever they want. I feel like. I mean,
Right. But normally, like with the movies that I love, like Last Jedi, like Dial of Destiny, right? The arc, the full
yeah,
realization of that arc comes as it should, right? Comes to fruition in the last part of the movie. It's like that's the point of a journey. So I feel like if she learns her lesson in the first 5 minutes and then just does everything good the whole movie, I don't really find that compelling. I think it's interesting to see her struggle and then finally get it at the end, because that's normally how life works, where you continually F up until you learn the lesson either the hard or easy way. And she learned it kind of in a harder way. So I think that was, I think it works, and it shows the importance of, like, that's what an arc is. It's struggling for a long period of time, or over, maybe like a trilogy or a film or, what have you.
I think
And I
it did.
think,
I think it did something actually really relatable. Okay, you know what I think it did good, franchise. I think it
Bomb?
showed how really weak-minded women are. That's what I think it did.
Okay.
And
There you
that
go.
yeah, that is one thing the movie did perfectly. The way you describe it, right? If she's gonna half-ass being a superhero, right? Half-ass the responsibility, right? Not trying to do the right thing every time, but sometimes, um, that shows, how weak-minded women are in real life. I mean, it's so
I
the
agree.
way you describe it, that's how I think it does that pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, in regards to like her, like it being boring if she was like perfect throughout the whole movie, like, do you think that would have been fixed if like Superman, Supergirl's parents kind of swap moralities? Because like Superman's parents, like from what we see, are like pretty evil, and they want
Yeah.
Superman to like ethnically cleanse Earth, and then like he ends up becoming like
Whoa.
the greatest superhero. But as Supergirl's parents, they kind of are more similar to like Jor-El in the comics, where they want their child to do good. But then Supergirl, she's just like a drunk loser. Do you think it would have
Yeah,
been
so
fixed
Superman,
if their parents like kind of swapped moralities? Do you feel like that was kind of like a jarring decision from James Gunn?
yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I,
That's
I
good.
actually, I'm one of those people, like, I loved the fact that Superman's parents were a-holes because, A, we haven't really seen it before, but B, it also allows Superman to have a juxtaposition of both his parents, right? Like his real parents are like, yeah, be Homelander and f up the world, and then his Earth parents are like, hey, no, like you have these powers and you got to use them for good. And I thought it was always great that Cal had to decide and become his own person, not just kind of be a sheep and be like, oh, my mom and dad told me to do good, so I got to
I
do
like how
good,
they
right?
did it
Like,
in Man of Steel. I like how they
right,
did it in
which
Man of Steel.
and I love Man of Steel. And I always hate when people bring up Man of Steel whenever you talk about, and I'm not talking about you, but like every time you see, someone compliment Superman 2025, they're like, well, Man of Steel's better. And I'm like, all right. But I think that, yeah, I love the fact that how they portrayed his parents in that. And then I also do like, though, how Supergirl's parents were cool. And they were like, hey, like, be good, right? And obviously she is at the end of the day, but like I said, it's a cool juxtaposition where you expect her to do this because her parents told her to, when in reality, life is more messy than that. You know what I mean? So, because Supergirl had to live through Krypton blowing up, not just in an instant, but over a long, slow period of time. And she kind of grew up realizing that the world is cruel, and Superman never got that. His view was just, yeah, my planet blew up in a second. I didn't really know anything about it. And, he didn't even speak their language. Supergirl arrives on Earth, and he's like, I don't know what the hell you're saying. I don't speak your language. Superman was completely oblivious to everything that happened to Krypton. He found that all out on Earth, right? Many, many years later, Supergirl had to deal with it in the moment. And I think that's what screwed her up, right? Obviously, I'm not mentally challenged, but people that are, like Jeffrey Dahmer or whatever, besides just having bad genes and being born effed up, right? A lot of people that are evil people can trace back to something happening in their life to trigger that. And I think, it makes sense for her to view the world like that. But I also like that she changed, right? Because if she didn't change in the end, and she just let all those people die and all these women get, used or whatever, I think then, yeah, she'd be a super villain. But, when the moment came, she chose, because, in the beginning of the movie, she doesn't want anything to do with Ruthie. She's like, get the fudge out of my face, right? And then at the end, she's like, yeah, we'll hang out. And, they get on their spaceship and they go hang out together. So she gains a friend. She saves the day. She saves her dog. And she's able to kind of understand more about her life. And in the end, when she's on Earth with Superman throughout the whole movie is like pestering her, right? Like, oh, hey, Kara, when are you coming home, right? Come on home, we miss you. And she's like, well, I don't have a home. Like, my home was destroyed. I don't belong anywhere. And throughout the course of that movie, she understands that, oh, I have Earth, and I have people to fight for, and people that love me and need me. And, her in the end.
I know you got to go and watch Black Adam, so I'll just leave with this. I see your points. I respect your points, because it's just how you view things. It's not the worst character. It doesn't sound like the worst character arc in the world. It doesn't sound like, to me, anything that, if that's the main point of the film, anything that warrants like an 8 out of 10 to me. But again, I'll watch it. I'll give my thoughts. But you did explain it. I'll say you explained why you liked it pretty well. I'll say that.
But yeah, goodness. I guess one final question before you watched Black Adam is, how did you feel about the scene where, Supergirl, she grabs Ruthie instead of Krem, and, Krem gets away and kills 3 people? Did you think that was, a dumb scene? How that make you feel?
To be honest, I don't even remember that.
You don't?
I don't. No, I saw it. No, I don't.
Deathstroke remembered it, and he gave it a 3. You gave it a 9.
I know. I've been doing so much shit in life. I don't remember that. But from what you're describing, yeah, it's kind of stupid. But I don't imagine the directors, because there are a lot of people that watch these movies and give their input, and I can't imagine everyone being, yeah, that's good, that works. But again, I don't remember it. So I mean, if that's true, and she just for some reason grabs her and allows Krem to murder a bunch of people,
it's basically probably
stupid. I mean, there has to be some reason why. It's not just she's a retard, but I mean, no one makes a movie like that.
That's kind of how it felt in the movie, honestly. But in the interviews, they talked more about her being bisexual than the actual movie. So that's a shame.
Right. Yeah, I hated the marketing. It just feels
like to me, they had no leg to stand on when it came to marketing this movie, because they were obviously afraid of the actual reception of her character arc. People that go to watch it, obviously, it did not end well. But then they had no problem, letting Millie Alcock say whatever she wanted, and that also affecting the movie's performance. I don't know.
Yeah, it's really weird. There's only a few moments I remember of this happening in movies and stuff, but in shows, but the marketing for this, yeah, it was completely abysmal. I mean, instead of talking about your sound design and your action and your lore building and your character motivations and your acting and your whatever, right? I don't know why, like, for those of you that actually saw the movie, like, I know no one believes me, but I don't really think there is anything woke in the movie. Like, it's just a movie. Like, I don't think there's a message, but there's no left-wing political message shoved down your throat. So I don't know why she's in an interview saying she's bisexual, where there's literally zero romantic anything in the movie. Like, she doesn't meet a guy or a girl to be like, oh, you're cool. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing in that.
There
It's
is
just
characters that hit on her. I think I saw a scene where like some people at the bar were like hitting on her.
What?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think the movie was woke either. I just thought it was like nothing. Like, it wasn't
Yeah.
woke. It wasn't like this amazing like story. It was just like nothing. That's just kind
Yeah.
of how I felt. But yeah, I mean,
No,
I guess
yeah,
it's,
that's fair.
I guess like going back to Supergirl's parents, this might be like my last point before you gotta go, but I guess one issue I have now that I'm thinking about it is like if like that whole event was so traumatic for Supergirl, then like why doesn't she care about her parents' final wish? Like if she cared about her parents and like her world so much, then like why didn't her parents' final wish have like more of an impact on her? Like she just kind of goes off and becomes like a drunk after that.
I can't relate to that honestly. If my parents told me that what their final wish was, I'd like try to follow that, you know?
And like
I mean, if I'm
Superman,
a baby, that's different.
Superman, it makes sense because he was like a baby and like he didn't grow much of like an attachment to Krypton. So like when he got to Earth, he just kind of forged his own path from scratch. And of course, he has his own parents like on Earth that are humans, and they kind of shaped him. And you can feel like how much he cares about him. But Supergirl, like it kind of feels like her parents don't really have much of like an impact on her.
Yeah, that's fair. I think like I think for me there are little moments in the movie where she does adhere to that. Like the first time she meets Ruthie, and she's giving her whole speech about Cram of the Iron Hills or whatever, and I have to take revenge. And like there's that big brutish alien that like tries to steal her or beat her up or whatever, and like she's clearly still hammered, but like she chooses to help, and like I think the alien actually ends up dying, but like she does go out of the bar and like attempt to defuse the situation. So there are moments in the movie where she does do good, right? Boil it down to that. But yeah, I mean, she definitely does honor her parents' wish, but she's still, like if my parents told me do good and then Earth exploded and I was like the only human and I don't know, migrated to Venus or whatever and living on a different planet, yeah, I'd still do the right thing if someone was getting bullied and I had immense power, but I'd still feel god awful about everything in life. So I think she still does adhere to it, but she just isn't, like, she's written in a way where she's a flawed hero. You know what I mean? Like, she still does good, but she doesn't always feel right.
I don't feel like we get that the movie gave her any reason to be flawed, which is why you don't really feel bad for why she's drunk. It's just like you're a drunk, you're a joke and stuff. It's like. What's the context? Do we get any like backstory, like why she's just flawed?
Yeah, there is like a pretty long flashback, like showing like her life on Krypton, like kind of the descent of like when everything starts going downhill.
Yeah.
Yeah. There definitely is a lot of context to that, because she's shown to have an affection for Krypton, and again, it's the same thing. Like if I'm 26, right, and if Earth blew up, yeah, I'd be pretty jaded and pissed off myself, right? So I mean, you're as an audience, you're given context as to why she loves the planet, and that fuels the context as to why she doesn't love Earth.
Yeah, but even then, like after Krypton blows up, she still has like Superman as like a role model on Earth.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and I think she never really related to
Superman.
him.
He's like not young or anything. He's Superman.
Well, yeah, because like throughout the whole movie, Superman's like, "Hey, come on home!" Like he's like, I know they're cousins or whatever, but he acts like her big brother, right? Like, come on home, we miss you. Come join the fun, be with us. And she's like deliberately ignoring him, right? Like he's on the TV on her birthday, and she like turns him off, and she's just refusing to have anything to do with that, right? Why would she want to go to Earth, right? That's not her home. Her home blew up, right? She doesn't feel like she belongs anywhere. And then obviously at the end of the movie, she feels like she belongs, and that's the point. But Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like I said, I know I'm like the only one on Earth that enjoyed it, but I think Echo. Like I said, we were talking about this
Dude,
off
our
the
conversation
video
got
here.
way less respectful. I'm not gonna lie, Destro. Like,
Dang.
I needed this
I guess
conversation
one
because
interesting parallel I kind of made throughout this conversation is I guess Superman, he kind of goes for like a similar arc to like Ray. Like both of them, their parents are like evil as hell, but like they kind of find their true parents.
Yeah, they find where they belong. Yeah.
Yeah, I just kind of realized that. It's interesting how they have like a kind of a similar arc.
Yeah, it's funny. But yeah, no, I mean, like I said, at the end of the day, it's not the most memorable movie, but I mean, I'm comfortable giving it an 8. I mean, if I'm just thinking about it now, I mean, I have a few issues with it. I mean, I think that the CGI could have been a little bit better for Crypto. The
Yeah.
environments are a little dull
Yeah, that's
compared to the
another
comic,
issue.
at least.
The movie looks very bland. Like for a space movie, it's just like all gray and boring. Like none of the planets they go to are all that interesting. Like the most interesting one is probably like the green star, but even then it's not that great. It's not like the planet Dune with like the black star that turns everything black and white. Like there's nothing really cool like science fiction wise like that.
No, yeah, it's definitely I mean, it's not a bad looking movie, but it's nothing spectacular. You know, it's just kind of.
the way y'all both
guess
describe it, I'll say it's just the way y'all both describe it. Like again, having not seen the movie, I think it definitely deserves its 6.1 on IMDb or whatever.
Yeah, I'd probably
Yeah,
give it.
I don't think.
I'd give it lower,
I don't
but
think
I
you're
wouldn't
right.
give it as low as like Nerdrotic or someone like that. I'd give it like a 4 or like maybe a 3 if
Yeah.
I rewatch it. Like I think even like honestly like say whatever you want about the sequels, but I think even that arc is like a lot better written than Supergirl. Like even that one has like more to it for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Echo the way that you personally describe movies, I don't think you'll like it at all. But I mean, you might have some fun with it, but I think you'll think it's pretty terrible.
I mean,
I don't
look,
I don't
I'm
think
not gonna be like the movie, freaking. Oh, this is cinema. This isn't cinema. I give everything a fair shake. And look, I don't just like hate superhero movies. Like they're one of my favorite, if not my favorite genre. I've seen out of any movies I've seen the most, it's superhero movies, comic book movies. So like, I don't know. Like I obviously want to see it. Whether it is to see how bad it is or how maybe surprisingly good it is. But I don't know, man. It's weird, I guess.
I mean,
I think
I feel like if you had issues with the first Superman movie, you are probably gonna hate Supergirl because I actually love the first Superman movie.
My thing with Superman, dude, it's not a standalone Superman movie, and that's what I wanted. If this is more standalone, then you can have like two supporting characters or whatever in Supergirl, but like Superman just had like just so much. I think like I kind of wanted it to just be him and like about him.
yeah.
Supergirl is like
But
more of a standalone.
I don't know. Maybe it might be on the same or maybe better. I don't know. It's just I don't know, man. I wanted to love Superman more than I actually did.
hmm
I didn't really think that
But
was like
Well,
I didn't really think that was a big problem, so I was able to love Superman as much as I wanted to. But I mean, after how bad Supergirl was, I kind of feel like Superman might go downhill if I rewatch it. But I mean, one day I do plan on watching like Superman and Man of Steel back to back to see like which one's better and if like Man of Steel was as boring as I remember or like Superman was as perfect as I remember. I do want to do that at
Man
some
of Steel
point.
gets me hyped, man. Man of Steel gets me excited to watch a Superman movie. That flight sequence, nothing is touching that, dude.
It's like when I
And
first
then
saw
Jor-El is like,
when I first saw Man of
yeah,
Steel, like I thought it was really boring, but I feel like that could change.
yeah.
Yeah.
I just think
I
the flight sequence alone is just, oh my gosh, dude, gives me chills.
I'm rewatching the whole DCEU, and when I rewatched Man of Steel maybe like a week or so ago, I enjoyed it. I do think though, like and I know it's a Snyder film, but the way that Zack Snyder directed the movie, it was more mature, it was more godlike, it was more ethereal, it was more realistic, if you want to call it that. Whereas Superman 2025 is more comic book accurate,
Yeah,
right? It's more colorful. There's more jokes. It's more heroic and uplifting. It's not as dark and edgy and violent. You know what I mean? It feels more like a colorful comic come to the big screen.
Yeah, I prefer that tone of Superman 2025.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
Come on,
Supergirl,
man.
Supergirl, like it just felt like a poor man's Guardians of the Galaxy. And if you want to see like a movie this year that does what Supergirl tries to do, but better in every way, I say check out Master of the Universe. That movie
I
was
plan
way
on watching
better.
that one. I'm excited to see the choreography in that, dude.
Yeah,
Cause
that movie has some
it's
great action. Unlike
yeah. See,
Supergirl, it actually has some really memorable action.
I'm excited to see that. Yeah, for the action alone. Even though I'm not crazy into the lore of it.
Yeah, it kind of has like a similar tone to like Guardians of the Galaxy, and I think it pulls it off way better than Supergirl.
Cool, cool beans, cool bonitos.
But you said like
Yeah, I think for
there's.
me,
Oh, you can finish.
I was just gonna say, like for me, like I, it's hard to say this without getting hate, but
And
I
we're not
love Henry.
hating. Yeah, no,
Like,
it's
I love Henry Cavill as Superman. I really do. I think it's a great movie. I think he's a great Superman. But
yes.
I think what makes David my favorite is just, and it sounds so stupid, but it's just the scene where he saves a squirrel. Because like when I rewatch Man of Steel, right? Like and I know Snyder wanted this particular vision, but obviously I'm not a big hater of the Metropolis fight scene where like I think Snyder said like 300,000 people died or whatever in that, and obviously that's not good, right? It's like 9/11 times 20,000, but I think for me like what tipped David, besides just being a more colorful, vibrant movie, is like the fact that he takes the time to save people during an event. He saves animals. He cares about all forms of life. And I know Henry Cavill does save one guy in that one scene. But for me, I don't know. I just feel like Superman fighting Zod in that city, like just smashing through buildings like they're nothing. And maybe you could say, oh, they evacuated, right? Because you don't see people dying, right? You don't see Superman mowing through civilians. But I don't know. I feel like he could have just taken Zod up to another planet, which he
I think
eventually does for
cinematically,
like a second.
I
But
think cinematically for me, Man of Steel, it's the epicness of it. It's the like, sure, it's not the quirky Superman saving the people and stuff. But I like how they say like again, I just like Jor-El's monologues in that movie about how the symbol means hope and the symbol means all this stuff. Like it's
Yeah,
I just like how they handled that.
yeah, I think I prefer
mhm.
like that version of Jor-El to the one in the DCU, but maybe there'll be like a plot twist where like Brainiac or Zod altered the message. Who knows?
Maybe. Nothing's gonna beat that first flight sequence for me though. That scene like is honestly the reason I like Superman the way I do. It's just that scene was so sick.
I remember liking it. Yeah, it was cool.
The music, Hans Zimmer on the music. Come on, man. Like it's just too good.
Well, so there you go. Those are my
Yep,
thoughts on Supergirl.
that's a Supergirl review.
Yep.
Supergirl review here on Kick.
Yep, you gave it an 8 and I gave it a 4, so that's a pretty big
Yeah.
contrast right there.
Yeah.
What would you
I'll
give?
meet you on the middle. I'll probably give it a 6.
What would you guys give Superman 2025?
Ooh. All right, I'll go last. Y'all. I'll go first.
Yeah, I'd
I'd
probably.
have
Is my
to. I'm
mic
gonna.
on?
Yeah, your mic's on. Yeah, I'd probably give like it's been. I need to
Oh,
rewatch it, but when I first watched it, I gave Superman like a 10, but I guess I'll go like a 9.5 to like be like a bit less like overly positive.
I
Yeah, I'm
actually
gonna.
have not seen the movie, so it looks good. It's more comic accurate. Although I do like, the earlier Man of Steel take on Superman. It's a bit darker and, like you said, more realistic. But I do, kind of miss that, goody two shoes Superman, cousin Justice Superman, and now, Man of Steel. They kind of took over, and people just thought Superman was just like this, like he doesn't give a fuck type character. And the 2025 Superman or whatever it came out, the James Gunn Superman definitely revitalized the character, and
Yeah.
people like him more now. But the movie just looks a bit bare bones. I don't know. It just looks like a basic origin story. I don't know. I'm not that interested in seeing Superman, but it does look like a good movie. But I haven't seen it.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you could probably. I mean, I'm assuming the Blu-ray is pretty cheap. If you have some extra cash, you might like it. You know, maybe give it a shot.
I think it's worth
Yeah,
watching.
I prefer to watch Superman over Supergirl easily.
Yeah, everybody would. Yeah. I'll give Superman 2025. I give it a 7.2, 7.3, somewhere in there.
Yeah, I'm not getting that precise with my score, but I'd probably give it. I guess if I wanted to be like more precise, I'd give it like a 9.6. Like I do have
Or
like
like
a
nearing a
couple.
10.
I have like a couple minor issues with how I handled certain things, but like overall, like I just had an absolute blast with it. I don't think
Yeah.
it's like the best
Mhm.
superhero movie ever, but it is up there for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
'Cause,
I'll have
like,
to rewatch it when I finish the DCEU, but from my recollection, I'd probably give it a 9. There wasn't anything like egregious about it.
It's not quite as like tight as the Batman, for instance, but it's still like up there in like the top superhero movies ever made, in my opinion.
I would say it's my third favorite James Gunn movie.
Okay, I think it's tied with Guardians 3 is my favorite.
I'd
Okay.
Guardian
say
3 was a really good movie. I feel like
Yeah.
it's Guardians 3 is underrated. I don't think people talk about it really as like a post Endgame good MCU movie because MCU movies are really struggling post Endgame. Like I could count on my fingers how many movies I've actually watched post Endgame MCU that I've actually liked. It's
I,
really bad with MCU.
I thought all of them I thought all the ones I watched were really good except for maybe like Thor 4 and like Ant-Man 3. Like honestly, I think Avengers Endgame is like kind of overrated when people act like it's the best. It was like the last good superhero movie ever when I think there's plenty of Marvel movies that came out after Endgame that I think are better, honestly.
I agree.
I think Guardians 3 like shits all over Endgame. Like it's infinitely better.
Yeah, I agree. I think when you talk about Endgame is obviously a beautifully made movie, but like when I think of Endgame, or whenever people talk about Endgame, it's always the last fight, right? It's Captain America gets the hammer, or this crazy fight action scene, where I don't really hear anyone talking about anything else of the movie. It's like Echo and I were talking about The Dark Knight, right? It's like obviously The Dark Knight is a well-made movie, but every single time it never fails. Every single time I talk to someone about The Dark Knight, what do you like about it? Joker. Anything else? I don't know, Joker. And I'm like,
bro,
all right,
there's
well, if you
so much
took
to like
Joker
about it.
out, if you took Joker out of the movie, is it still good? They're like, I don't know. I like Joker. It's like,
Bro, the
what?
tension that it builds, the character development. Dude, it has one of the best quotes ever, bro.
Yeah, I mean, like when I saw Dark Knight, I loved the entire movie from start to finish. When I saw Endgame, I was bored for like the first hour. It got more interesting in the second hour, and then the third hour was like amazing. But still, like a large portion of the movie was boring. So it's kind of frustrating when people act like it was the last good superhero movie ever made. When it's
No.
really like
Yeah, I mean,
it's really like not even that great in like the grand scheme of superhero movies. Like there's plenty that have way better pacing.
I
yeah.
mean, I get
I mean,
that,
Yeah, the
but
everyone
like,
pacing's
loves
bad.
Endgame. Everyone loves Endgame because it's epic. Like that's why, like it's an epic quote unquote finale, right? Even though it didn't really end anything, it's still
but
a good, ending
Yeah,
point, I
it's a
suppose. But yeah, I mean, you're
spectacle.
right. Like there's so many movies post Endgame that I loved. I mean, I mean, shit, I loved. WandaVision was good. I thought Falcon Winter Soldier was great. Captain America: Brave New World was good. I liked the Marvels. I don't know why everyone I thought Marvels was fine. Deadpool and Wolverine's amazing. Spider-Man: No Way Home, Guardians 3. I mean, Moon Knight's probably my favorite Marvel thing ever. I mean, I don't. Yeah, there's so much good after Endgame. It's crazy.
guys,
I hate
like The
when people
Dark
say
Knight,
that.
I think it's not like ripping off the comic book pages type of superhero movie, but dude, it like there's just so much stuff to like that's the memorable about it that like what Christopher Nolan does with that movie, he just takes Batman and he reforms the character. He reforms the character.
Yeah,
He
Dark
gives you the
Knight looks more nuanced.
yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, but he gives you the best Joker performance too. I mean, I
Hmm.
mean, He's one of the greatest villains. Like it's probably Darth Vader and then Heath Ledger's Joker for movie villains.
Yeah.
Like it's
Honestly,
come on, man. Like
I would put the Riddler and the Batman up there too. Like, I think the Batman definitely gives the Dark Knight like a decent run for its money. Like,
I would say, yeah,
I
I
watched the
would.
Batman, and it wasn't for me. The Batman, the new one that came out like 23, it was not for me.
well,
I don't know.
it was for me, and I
It was
think
just boring.
it was for me, and I think it is the best superhero movie of the decade so far. Like, as a Batman fan, like, it gave me like exactly what I wanted. Like, I love the way they portrayed Riddlers as kind of like analog horror villain. I love like the whole mystery around that. Like, the Batman is my
yeah.
favorite superhero movie of like the past like 5 or 6 years.
Yeah, because it actually gave Batman something to solve, right? Like you never really, when people think of Batman now, they think of a guy that just beats up homeless people or whatever. But like in the lore, right? Like he does that, but he's also like really really smart, and
He's a
you see
detective.
glimpses of that. But like the Batman for me, like yeah, him solving the Riddler crimes and all that and piecing that. I mean, he had help with Gordon, but like I think that it was cool to give him a crime to solve and not just a bad guy to punch.
Right.
Yeah, okay, I
And
got my ranking of like the movies of the 2020s on screen right now, and yeah, the Batman
Gotta
right
be
now
number one
is
for me.
#1 of the decade so far.
that's cool. Yeah, I really, I mean, I love the Dark Knight trilogy too, but yeah, I think it's really weird, but I think the movies that get Batman the most right for me, if I had to choose three, it would probably be like The Batman, The Dark Knight, and surprisingly, the Lego Batman movie. I think
That's a good no, that's
that really dives
That
into, and I
movie
know
is
like
well written.
yeah, I
I don't
know
disagree with that.
people call me stupid and I don't understand movies, but I think that, contrary to popular belief, um, I think that's a very well made. I mean, I love all five Lego movies so far, but I think that the Lego Batman movie, like, really, like, truly, like, take away the comedy and the action. I think it really understands Batman as a character and like why he acts the way he acts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, one more question. Do you think the prison transfer scene in the Dark Knight is like a better action scene than like the stuff in Supergirl?
It's so good.
I don't remember the prison transfer scene. What happens in that?
You don't remember that scene? That's like the best action
No.
scene in the Dark Knight.
Come on, dude.
I remember the end fight where he beats up a dog. I remember the scene where he like has a really jarring fight in a nightclub and like it's like seizure inducing.
It's like the
But
car
I don't-
chase in the tunnel where like Joker's henchmen like intercept Harvey Dent's prison transfer. You don't remember that scene?
Oh, yeah. Okay. See, when you say action scene, I'm thinking like fisticuffs and that's more of a car chase. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I mean car chases they can be action scenes.
They
Yeah.
could be action scenes. Yeah.
it's tricky because
Absolutely.
there isn't anything to relate to that. Like, there's no car transfer prison thing in Supergirl, but I think that Supergirl has
Right.
more fun fight scenes and more things happening. But the Dark Knight's action scenes, I don't know. I'm not a fan of the Dark Knight trilogy's fight scenes at all. I think they're too claustrophobic, and Batman just uses his elbows too much, and it doesn't really feel like Batman.
Dude, that's
Like-
realistic fighting though. I mean like
I mean,
that's like MMA fighting. That's
I've
you
seen
use
some-
your elbows.
I've seen other people criticize the fight scenes in like Nolan movies.
Yeah, I mean they're fine, but like
That's not
the
his
Dark
bread and
Knight-
butter though. To be fair, like that's
The
not.
Dark Knight Rises, like with Batman and Bane in the streets, like when it's daylight, that's a good fight scene. I think The Dark Knight Rises has good fight scenes. But yeah, the Batman Begins in The Dark Knight, like the way that they edit it, it's too fast paced. There's too many quick cuts. It's very jarring to look at.
Jarring.
It just doesn't like he doesn't feel like Batman. Like Bale Batman does not feel like a Batman. Like Ben Affleck fighting, that feels like Batman. You know what I mean? Like he's actually
mean-
punching and throwing people and using his grapple hook or smoke bombs or batarangs. Like every time I picture like the Dark Knight, I just think of that scene where Joker is in the party or whatever, and he like throws Rachel out the window. It's just Batman like just using his elbow, and I'm just like, I've never seen Batman use his elbow and like hit a guy in the head and knock him out. Like it didn't feel like a Batman fight. It felt like a a Nolan fight with Batman.
Yeah,
And that's not me hating on it, but it always felt off.
yeah, the Batman, that one felt like straight out of Batman in terms of the fight scenes there. Like that felt like a live action Arkham game. The Batman.
Yes. Yeah. And I know Batman
Yeah, I
uses his
like the
elbows
Batman
in that one
fighting
too, but
scenes.
Yeah.
and I know everyone shits on Ben Affleck, but I mean, obviously the warehouse scene is incredible. I think Ben Affleck's my second favorite Batman. Obviously, I'm still pissed we didn't get a movie with him, but I think that he's a good fighter too. I mean, obviously the worst Batman fighter is besides Adam West would have to be Michael Keaton, but he's good in the Flash movie. But I think obviously in the 80s he couldn't move his neck, so that was kind of tricky.
Yeah.
I think
The only thing I don't really like about, I don't know which Batman, Ben Affleck, if he's the Batman v Superman Batman, like why do you give him guns? Like the whole point that he doesn't use guns because it reminds him of his parents' death, and he's just out here killing people at like the start of the movie. It's so off. It's clear that they did not read the comics. They're just
Yeah.
like, fuck it, we're doing
No.
our own thing here.
nope.
It's really jarring. I never noticed that when I watched it as a kid. Like, why is Batman just straight up killing people in this movie?
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
why
think to me, like that was it kind of reminded me of Supergirl, actually, where like, in Batman
Yeah.
v Superman, you get these little glimpses of how jaded and dark Batman is. Like, Joker killed Robin, and he's clearly not fighting Penguin's little wind up toys anymore. Like he's kind of at a point where he even tells Alfred, like, if you just put a guy in prison, they're just going to release him, and he's going to do the same thing again. So I do like that arc of that, like, yeah, he's killing people, and obviously that's not good, and that's
Well, it's
something the
not
audience-
Batman though. Like I don't
Right.
care
yeah.
And I
how
think that's kind of
jaded
the
he
point.
is.
I think that's kind of the point, because in the end of the movie, he doesn't kill, and Superman kind of humanizes him and brings him back to why he did this. And then obviously in Justice League, I don't think he kills anyone in Justice. I mean, he kills the
Well,
bugs or
it
whatever.
would be
But
like, okay, if that's a younger Batman, but this is a more experienced Batman. So like I
Right.
feel like that's also not really warranting, like there is no point. Batman they just didn't read the comics. They don't really understand.
Also, like that whole arc of him like becoming jaded kind of happens off screen, so it doesn't feel earned at all.
Yeah, we don't even get context.
And also,
Right.
like I just feel like it's kind of like a character bastardization, because that's like Batman's entire point.
Mm.
Like if that was Red Hood going through that arc where he's jaded and then he learns, like sure, but like
Yeah, that's
Batman,
different. Batman, not the head
No.
Yeah.
honcho.
no,
Come
trust
on,
me.
now.
I remember when that movie came out, everyone in the world hated it. Everyone still does. I mean,
yeah, I
Rightfully, I
I-
mean, you don't
like
just do
Batman v
that.
Superman.
You can't
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah, it
That's-
just feels like action figures slapping. Like big scene, big explosion. Here's Doomsday. He looks like shit. Here's Wonder Woman, so we can have a character that goes,
you
ooh,
go.
ooh, look at this moment. It's just a big spectacle. It's spectacle before story.
I-
And
Had
why is
potential.
Lex Luthor?
Sure.
Lex Luthor looks horrible in that movie.
Yeah,
They
he
did
does.
not try at all with the
He's a ginger.
casting. It is horrific.
yeah.
Horrific.
I think that the 3-hour Ultimate Edition is, I mean, that's for me like a top tier DC movie. The regular version I don't really like. I think that the extra 30 minutes, you'd be surprised how much context it adds to make it a better film. But yeah, Lex Luthor in that movie, I mean, he's a good actor, right? Like he does a good job playing someone who's smart,
Yeah.
calculated, but also stupid and insane, right? But he's clearly trying to do the Riddler and Mad Hatter, right? He's not really
Yeah.
playing Lex. So, yeah, I mean, it is weird, but I mean, he gives a good performance. I mean, Jesse Eisenberg's a good actor, but it's just, I mean, he literally says in the end of the movie, right? Like, I'm insane. I can't even stand trial. So I know his dad assaulted him when he was a kid and all that, but still, like he's clearly effed up. But yeah, he was very much. He just reminded me of Jim Carrey, the Riddler, and not really, Lex. Which I love Lex Luthor in the new Superman movie. I think he did a good job.
Yeah, same.
Oh yeah.
At least
Yeah,
he
that's
actually part.
a
I do
very good
think the
performance.
action.
Damn, how hard is it to find a bald dude?
I do think the action in Batman v Superman is good. Like it's definitely better than like Supergirl's action.
Oh yeah. I feel like with the Snyder movies, right, all three of them that he made, each film feels like a grand spectacle, right? Like you were saying, right? Like every
Yeah.
shot, every scene, it has. I don't know how he does it, but like everything has such a dramatic weight to it, where it's a larger than life experience, right? You can have a single shot of Lex Luthor walking, but the way they frame it, the music, and the context of the scene, the intention behind it, everything about those three movies, the Snyder cut for Justice League, it feels so godlike, right? Where a lot of superhero movies just feel like, oh, it's a superhero movie, fun action. But Snyder movies, they like, I'm not even a part of that weird Snyder cult. But like truly, like for me, like those three movies, like they feel big and they feel larger than life.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
if there's one
I
thing
agree.
Snyder does good, it's the visuals.
Yeah,
Definitely. The lighting too. It just
yeah,
feels grand. It feels otherworldly. It feels like
yeah,
you said, godlike. It's not like safe, quirky. Like Shazam and Man of Steel are two completely different movies
yeah.
to
Right,
me.
right, right.
I feel like a lot of modern superhero movies are like trying to be more quirky and all this and that, and that's fine. But Snyder makes it feel really grand, and like things are at stake. Like people could
Right.
actually die in this movie.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, the problem is
speaking of like the
the
movies,
problem is that. Go ahead.
speaking of like superhero movies kind of trying to be quirky now, that's another problem I have with Supergirl is that I didn't think any of the jokes were even remotely funny. I thought it was like the most painfully unfunny superhero movie I've ever seen. Like it just felt like something I've seen like a million times before because all these movies try to have that same tone.
Mm-hmm.
And, like all the jokes I just thought were terrible, especially like the
I
drunk
think.
peeing jokes.
I think the
Ew.
three that I laughed at were the drunk pee thing, actually, because like I've never been drunk. I don't plan on it, but
Neither
I
do
just found
I.
it funny that she just
Yeah,
like pissed on
same.
herself. And then I like the. I know everyone hates this line, but what does she say? Oh, I feel bad or whatever for you guys. I think I laughed at that because it shows that she's like full of
Yeah, no,
herself.
that was cringe. That was I didn't like that at all.
Right? Yeah, I know no one does. And then I also like the where Lobo says "see ya tits." I think that was
Yeah,
funny.
that's
But
very in
other than
character
that,
for Lobo.
just three lines. That's it.
Yeah, I feel
I
like
don't know, man.
I haven't seen the movie, but it feels very MCU-esque. Like they're trying to capture MCU's humor, and even MCU's humor, in my opinion, gets stale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's kind of just like too jokey.
Well, the problem with the
And why is she a
DCEU,
drunk?
right?
What a weird choice, just to make your main
Yeah.
character a drunk.
Yeah.
Like, what are
Yes,
we
so
doing?
much for being good.
Yeah. The problem with the
So the
DCEU
whole
when it started,
oh, go
right, is
ahead.
like Man of Steel and Batman v Superman were so dark and like so slow and edgy and mature that I mean, no one liked them. I mean, people liked Man of Steel, but Batman v Superman got like a 20%. No one liked it apart from me. So they panicked, right? They're like, "Oh my god, we're trying to rival Marvel, but we're falling behind this early. What do we do? Let's make it like Marvel." And then Suicide Squad tried to emulate the Marvel humor and the tone. And even though I enjoyed Suicide Squad, at least the Ayer cut, the longer version, I think that like yeah, like you're right. Like when you watch Man of Steel and then you watch like Shazam or Aquaman, it's like a completely different universe. And I guess that's a good thing because it shows that you have different tones in your universe and not everyone is always serious and sad all the time. But I don't know.
Right.
Like I think the DCU so far is getting a good balance of like Superman, Supergirl tone versus like Peacemaker and Creature Commandos.
Or Clayface.
Right.
I haven't
I'm
seen the
hoping
Lanterns.
trailer
Clayface is
yet.
good.
Yeah, Clayface, I'm super excited for that.
Please be good. Please be good.
Well,
No
Lanterns comes
time
out
to
in a
make
few
a movie
days, I
for
think.
Clayface.
Yeah, Lanterns. I think Lanterns looks kind of boring. Like I just don't really like the idea of like a Green
Yeah, me
Lantern
too.
show that's like a realistic cop drama. I mean, maybe it'll be fine, but I just don't have any interest in it.
I think it's odd that
Yeah,
they're
I don't
making
think
it.
Green Lantern translates to movies. I mean, I don't say he's okay. I like Green Lantern, but he's just kind of boring when you just give him his own thing. He's better with like Justice League, I feel.
Yeah.
I think a Green
I think.
Lantern movie could work like with the proper budget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's weird that they're making this Lantern show like for adults.
Oh
Like
yeah. Like he's gonna be saying fuck every other word in that show, but then like in the actual movies, he's gonna be like PG-13. That's gonna be kind of
Right.
jarring.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Like,
I mean, I don't know how. I don't think it's gonna be like Peacemaker, where it's like they're swearing all the time because like that's not who Hal is. But I think like
Oh my
I don't
gosh.
swear.
Oh my gosh.